All right. Hello. We are coming today to cover the energy of the new moon Taurus that we have coming up on May 11th, happening at 3 p.m. And it is happening at about 22 degrees, 17 minutes. So all about Taurus, earthy, getting in our bodies, trying to integrate all of the changes that we are going through. And I know it's been very intense. So the importance of us being present in our body at this time, a lot of us are becoming even more so highly sensory. And we really do need to make sure that we are present in each moment. And I know that will help a lot as we are integrating and shifting and changing things. I'm going to start out firstly by pulling a card that I feel is very earthly, very earthy and shamanic. And we will go from there to cover a little bit of the energy of the new moon in Taurus that we are building our way into. So as we're building into this new moon, you know, it's a time of letting go. And the new moon is about planting new seeds. And so maybe it is a time for us to be weeding our garden, so to speak, so that maybe we can set an intention with the new moon of an opportunity to be, you know, more balanced, more in our present, in our moments, in our bodies. Perhaps we could be setting our intentions to plant a seed for manifestation, since it's an earthy Taurus sign. You know, it's about, well, I'll just pull my little card over here real quick. The energy around you shows the abundance of nature. So it's all about that. It's about Gaia. It's about the trees. It's about the earth. It's about our bodies. It is rich. It's earthy. It's productive, yet relaxed and slow. So many of us, I know today I'm coming to you on the 7th of May, and I'm feeling very exhausted right now. I'll get into this after we draw an anchor card for the overall message. But the Shaman resonance keeps spiking, and the Shaman resonance is Gaia's heartbeat. It's the frequency that our planet pings off. And because we have a lot of cosmic energy coming in, it's shifting rapidly. We are shifting rapidly. So it's really important, as we are becoming even more so highly sensory, to bring your awareness to every present moment, to make sure that you're not lofting out into the ethers or checking out of the things that you need to do on the earthly plane, right? But really being gentle with yourself at the same time and taking care of and nurturing your body. We're shifting and changing and integrating so much. And so I'm just going to clear our energy real quick and draw an overall anchor card. I call upon the Supreme Creator to be present with all of us today, to fill us up with your presence, for us to have an awareness that we are here at this time on this planet, in these bodies, for a supreme divine purpose. We just ask for your presence to be felt, to cloak us in the love, the agape love, the support, the comfort, that we can all feel that within us, within our bodies. And we give thanks in advance. And so it is. So I'm noticing a lot that my body's speaking to me. And, you know, that's quite on par with the Taurus season, plus all the integration of the energy that we have coming in. And I will show that to you. Venus rules Taurus. So it's about our value, how we feel comfort, how we feel the beauty and the sustenance of the earth, of our body supporting us on this earth plane at this time. It's meant to be rich. The earth energies, feminine creative energy. It's meant to be abundant in the things that bring us comfort and value. Self-worth is coming up huge. True self-worth, right? No longer being concerned about stepping out of the box and not fitting into the masses is very important right now as we are going into this new moon in the Taurus energy. It's also very influential over finances and our assets. And so it's not only monetary, it's about the things that sustain us, you know, on the earth plane, the air, the earth for grounding, the food that we partake in. But it's also, you know, like me, my Epsom salt baths, getting in water with some minerals, getting out on the ground and on the earth and being grateful and thankful for everything that's here on this planet, floating through the vast universe, right? That sustains us, and there's plenty and it's abundant. And so it's all a human condition and behavior that needs to be healed. So maybe that's just something that needed to be said. Maybe somebody today could really resonate with that. And more than ever, practice being present in your body and what that makes you feel like. So we got the Sun card. This is our vitality. This is our eternal spirit. The sun, without the sun, there is no life. So with this Sun card, let's read from it. Card 53. She's beautiful. It's our vitality. Without the sun, there's no life. Perhaps self-worth coming up for many of us. Many of us are healing that through other lifetimes of low self-worth or being scared to step out of the box and allow your cosmic gifts, your divine gifts to shine through, whether it be utilizing your intuition, your creativity. You know, many of us are healing that even from past lives where we were shunned or persecuted for stepping out of the box. It's like we're repeating this cycle in human evolution, but the difference this time, I feel in my heart of heart, is that we have some cosmic divine support at this time for anybody who's open to receive that, to shift the energy on this planet for better, for goodness and abundance for all. The sun is acknowledged by many cultures as the foremost masculine force. In other traditions, it seems to be seen as the feminine in her full power. Either way, it is the most brilliant light for all beings and allows life to sprout from the darkness. The feminine earth. It can be gentle and warming close to the sunrise and sunset, fall or winter, or it can be destructive as in its zenith during the scorching summer. Have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It is time to come out of your cave. Savor the life-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passion and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and to add your lightness and your humor to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. Oh my God, is that huge for me? I've been reflecting on this actually, that I've laughed a lot less since my son in spirit, since my son transitioned out of his body. And he brought a lot of humor to my life, a lot of fun and joy and laughter. And it is so imperative at this time that we get present in our body, but we have that childlike energy of creation within us to do something that brings us joy, to laugh a little more, like it said, because things are so intense. My God, you know, it's May of 2021. We all collectively have been going through the ringer with all of the things on the earth plane and the political fuckery. It's time to step out of the box, shine your light, take some forward action to bring yourself more joy. And it starts with the solar plexus energy, right? Of the self-worth, which is so symbolic of the Taurus energy. So that's our overall anchor. And the new moon is conjunct with the sun. That's what a new moon is. So it's side by side. At the time of this new moon that's going to be taking place on the 11th. So let's just pull this up. Am I split screen? Yes, I am. I just wanted to share this a little bit. So again, May 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the earthy feminine sign of Taurus, 21 degrees, 17 seconds. So this is about your safety and depends on the need for stability, which is not easy to satisfy right now. You have to learn to accept change as part of your life. The basic problem is finding your own self-respect in order to ensure that you do not mistakenly seek it in material things, right? Because on the earth plane, everything has a season of death and rebirth. And so think about that, to find that worth within you, to not don't be concerned about having a passion about material things, but know that that truly starts within yourself. When you accept yourself for who you are, it will become easier for you to find peace and tranquility in the outside world. And that is so true. It starts within us. That's why you see a lot of people who have a lot of wealth, financial wealth. If they're miserable on the inside, no matter what amount of material things that they have, they're not satisfied or happy. That's because they didn't do their inner work. They haven't found the peace and the value within themselves and the true self-worth, which is always divine. And then embodying that, knowing your worth. So the influence is the throat chakra with Taurus energy. And that is the neck, the larynx, throat, vocal cords, thyroid glands, tonsils, and the Adam's apple. And under new moons, surgeries are never suggested, which I don't really care to have any ever again in my life. But here is the chart for the Taurus new moon. And what I'd like to just show you here is, this is the new moon. The new moon is the sun and the moon in the same sign of Taurus at the same degree, 22:17. But what is really powerful at this time, you guys, as well, is that we have Black Moon Lilith right on top of this new moon. And Dark Moon Lilith can bring up fear. And the reason she does is it's the fear of the unknown. And I think that we can all relate to that in our current situation, right? The reason I bring that up is because of Uranus. Uranus is change. Uranus is awakenings. Uranus is, well, like my card here says, the potential for sudden changes, and we're witnessing that. It's also the planet called the Great Awakener. Uranus is at 11 degrees of Taurus. So we have this awakening happening on the earth plane. And I think many of us can feel and resonate with me saying this, that there's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of shift and changes that are taking place. And that can bring up with the Lilith energy fear. And it's a fear of the unknown. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not to judge yourself or to, whatever with having any fear come up, but it's always in the best interest of all of us to to face it and to recognize it and to see ultimately what the fear is. That way we can transmute it. And something that always comes up within myself is, why am I fearing? And I have to remind myself often that although I'm in a human vessel, that I'm a spiritual being. I'm a part of the cosmos. I'm cosmic. I'm divine. I'm here on a soul's mission. We all are at this time, and we chose to be And so don't shun your fear. And on the lower aspect of that Lilith energy, you know, it can have a feeling of resentment coming up. Personally, for me, I've been feeling that. Lilith goes with natural law, as I've shared before here on my channel. And so if we're not being in harmonious with the human species, with Gaia, with the planet, that Black Moon Lilith gets a little pissed. And so I think it's justifiable to have those feelings come up right now, because a lot of us are seeing through the smoking mirrors and the agendas. And it's getting to the point now where we're like, no, we're all on a level playing field on this earth plane. We are not overpopulated like some like to say, because if we were overpopulated, you know, that's a God creator's decision. If we're overpopulated, not another human being. They don't get to play creator. So again, coming up, the planet of Venus, which rules this Taurus energy, has just moved into the sign of Gemini, an air sign, a mutable air sign. So a lot of busy intellect can be happening for many people. And also the planet of Mercury, which is also involved with this new moon. They all talk amongst each other, right? And this Mercury is kind of in this Gemini energy. It's one of its home signs, where it has the need and the calling to connect and communicate with other souls, to and be able to have a fun type of, maybe this might be a call for you to reach out to somebody that, you know, you spark humor or playfulness within each other with the Gemini energy. And so again, because Gemini is a very intellectual sign, it can be creating you to have a lot of busy intellect. And how are you feeling in your body? And one of the ways that I recommended on one of my videos recently was to speak out loud to yourself. Sometimes I'll just speak out loud and say, okay, God, like when the Schumann resonance spikes and I feel it so deeply, I'll just speak out and say, okay, I feel it, but I don't need to feel it this strongly because it's influencing my nervous system. That's another thing that's coming up huge, you guys. The Schumann resonance that are spiking are literally having an influence on our frequency in our dense bodies. This can come through the nervous system. It can come through as hot fluxes through your body, heart palpitations, and you add the stresses of the outside world currently onto all of that, and it can be very intense. So make sure you're talking to your body and listening to your body. I don't know what else I wanted to cover here. I was just looking. I'm not an astrologer. I love astrology. I integrate it with my divination, because I've come to the realization in my awakening that it's so significant for all of us to get on our path. I mean, it's an exact snapshot of the heavens, as above, so below, when we come in to these bodies. And so what else would I like to? Okay, so emotions are coming up too as well, because we have Mars in the sign of Cancer. He's not always comfortable there. It's a personal planet. So these all have an influence on all of us. To me, personal planets, outer planets, are no more less significant than another. However, the personal planets move faster, so we can feel the changes within us. Even if you're not aware of astrology, it's happening. And then the outer planets are a collective energy, because they influence us on a scale where it's the collective. And Uranus is one of those that's definitely having a huge, I think it went into Taurus in 2018 or 19. Don't mistaken me. So there's been a lot of changing and shifting. There's been a lot of awakenings, and hopefully more people wake up to what's going on. And then we've had Chiron in Aries, which is wanting us to heal thyself. Just like the card of the sun said, when we do our work on our inside, we see a different view on the outer world. So it always starts within us. I also, if I can pull up the website. I use Michael's website. This is what I'm talking about, the energy. This is the Schumann resonance. This is Gaia's heartbeat. And these white spikes are a high frequency. Right today, we have currently an influx again of this Schumann resonance. And so each time that does that, there's a change in the frequency of Gaia. There's a change in the frequency of humans in their body. I feel personally through my intuition, and I've heard this too as well, that it's changing our DNA. It's changing who we are. We're becoming and integrating more of our light body. And so think about what that is when we're integrating this cosmic energy from the cosmos into a dense body, right? That's significant. I just wanted to share this as well. Oops. What'd I do? Pull his website back up. Let's do one more on Michael's, because I wanted to show the power outages that this is happening today. My daughter is way up north past me, and these frequencies have an influence on everything: our brain activity, the power grid, you know, the internet, basically all the frequency that resides on the planet. And the outages of power, where did that go? Well, I use his website often. It's really super nice. I looked it up earlier when my daughter messaged me. And power outages, here we go. There's about 4,000 people in the state of Michigan right now, which is where I reside, right here, without power right now, and there's no bad weather. So I believe it's the cosmic weather having a direct influence. Looks like California, I don't know what's going on in other cities, states today, but as far as Michigan, we don't have earthly weather that would be causing that. So I believe without a shadow of the doubt, it is the spike in the Schumann resonance. And I got put down by this. It's been spiking a lot into frequencies that it's unheard of. So I believe it's cosmic, personally, for myself, beyond our sun, more to our solar system, our galactic sun, because we are in a part in the heavens where we haven't in our lifetime witnessed, of the photon belt and all the different rays and frequencies coming in. And as you've probably noticed, if you're anything like me who loves to be outside, the color of the sun has changed. It used to be a golden yellow, and now it's becoming more white. And so it's a very high frequency. It's become way more white than it was when I was a child. That's for dang sure. So your best bet is to ground yourself and be present in your body. Do breath work as often as need be, and just try to be present in each moment, because that will help you, you know, integrate all of the different shifts and changes that are inevitable on this planet. But now it's kind of almost like we're going through a lot of things together as a collective, not only with humans, but with galactic energy that is definitely coming in, and we are integrating it. No coincidence that the sun card came up, right, with our vitality. So my computer's glitching right now. I hope that I'm recording okay. So again, as above, so below, it influences everything. We're going to do the Sabian symbol. So if it's at 2217, let me check the degree of that again. 2117. So we are doing, when you do Sabian symbols, you round up. So we're doing the 22-degree Taurus Sabian symbol. White dove over troubled waters. Keyword is guidance. The theme of this new moon in Taurus is a higher calling. This symbol speaks to the fact that every individual comes into the world with a spiritual mission or purpose that guides him. Whether or not it is recognized, the image of a white dove over troubled water symbolizes divine protection, the triumph of spirit over matter, peace of mind, and the ability to transcend emotional turmoil and psychological stress. Can't make this shit up. Perfect for the times, right? It is such a stressful time. And the propaganda fuels that stress. They fuel that fight or flight. So it's so important. And you can just do it simply by, I'm present in my body. I call upon the divine white light. I call upon God, creator, to fill me up with your presence. And I swear it works. And it's a process. Whenever you're feeling that stress or the psychological torment or the heartbreak because you're a sensitive or a light worker in a starseed and you see the injustices on the human plane right now, reel your energy back into you. You can only change you, right? Implicit in the symbol is the freedom and the strength that can be gained from listening to the inner voice of guidance and direction. The suggestion here is that the individual who knows his purpose and sets out to fulfill it will succeed. On a practical level, this symbol can represent peace or an end of war, dissension, enmity, or conflict. On the positive aspect of the energy of this new moon in Taurus, at its highest, this symbol represents a strong sense of personal destiny and the ability to rise above the superficial difficulties and keep focused on the goal until it is achieved. On the lower aspect of this energy, confusion and a lack of direction, or an absent-mindedness and daydreaming. Today, with the new moon energy in Taurus, the ascent is on rising above the difficulties and the emotional stress. The opportunity with this new moon is your greatest advantage lies in the minding your own business, working on your own goals, and refusing to get involved with the problems of others. Guard against not paying attention or letting your mind wander. You may miss an important message. The stepping stones for this new moon energy are guidance, direction, message, advice, help, protection, transcendence, and peace. Our true self-worth. I am a divine child of creator. I am co-creating. I have to start within me. I have to first have a remembering of my divinity, that I'm always sustained, that I have everything I need right within me to rise above all the fuckery that many of us are witnessing on the earth plane. And it is so easy. Trust me, I'm a double earth sign. I can get sucked into the shit that's happening on the collective. I also have a stellium in Libra. What is that? Oh, okay. Making sure my battery wasn't dying. So anytime I do that, because what we see with our two eyes is only a portion of what the true larger picture is. And so it's important for us to remember and maybe even plant a seed with this new moon in Taurus. Do I truly value myself? Really? Have I played small for others? Have I minimized myself? Really do think about it. It's important to be present in your body, to be mindful, to listen to your own intuition like this says, and to transcend the emotional torment, the intellectual torment that many of us are experiencing. I mean, I definitely do. And then when I remember my divinity and that all I have to do is turn my light on, like it's always there, but be aware of my light, to know that I'm here for a purpose and that we all are, so that we can, how do I turn this off? I want to turn this off. How do I do it? There we go. We can see the cards better when I do that. And now I just flipped myself sideways. There we go. All right, guys. So that is the energy with this new moon in Taurus. And I really do pray and hope that it inspired you today. And all the while to remember your vitality, to remember that sun is life, that your true self-worth comes from within you. It's not about a material thing. Again, not shunning material things. But if you are, like I said, a rich person that's just freaking miserable, it's because you haven't done your inner work. You haven't remembered your divinity as an earth dweller to go, you know what, I am part of a bigger picture, which is divine. And with this integration of so many of the Schumann resonance coming in, I mean, we're seeing an old energy fighting to hold on. Oh, sis. To an energy that is of lack, competition, hierarchy. And so that's what we're here witnessing in this now on the earth plane as spiritual beings. And I know that it's not always easy. It can be damn straight up intense, especially on top of that, as we have this divine cosmic energy coming in that is just like lightning bolt. The other day when it spiked, I had electricity. I felt like I had electricity just surging through my body, you know? So you're not alone if you've been feeling out of sorts. In fact, I'm very exhausted today. I'll probably take a nap. So get out and ground with this Taurus new moon. It'd be a great time to, you know, plant your seed of, you know what? I've always loved this. Like, get on your soul's mission. I'm excited for in the near future when I can do little mini astro reading charts for people, because I know how to get people on their trajectory. And really, it's just a reminder. But through the astrology, you can see where somebody would be best, you know, getting in balance and harmony for their life mission. Jupiter return benefits. So that's another thing too. Jupiter is going to be, is she going to be moving signs? I might have to pull the chart back up. Jupiter is about expansion. Jupiter is, in an essence, very spiritual, symbolically, of planet, where it can expand anything that it touches. So if you plant the seed of a new self-worth and this new self mission for yourself at this new moon, you can allow that for an expansion. And Jupiter is also the ruling planet of the eclipse, the lunar eclipse that we have coming up on the 26th of May, another powerful energy, right? So it is so significant with this new moon to plant a seed, to see the bigger picture with the Jupiter energy, to see the benefits of doing your own inner work at this time and planting the seed for awareness, for expansion. And we have the blue color in this card as well. So it's almost like getting clear with your communication. For many people with the busy intellect right now, it is important for you to do something creative, to do something that's very grounding, to get out of this overthinking mind, perhaps, to get present in your body, out of here and into your whole vessel. And maybe for some of you, this is about speaking, because it is a blue card. When is, nope, Saturn's going return. Oh, can I pull up the chart one more time? I want to see where Jupiter's at. Give me a moment. Okay. Jupiter. 29 degrees of Aquarius. So this is in the last decan. When does he move into, is he going to move into Pisces and then go retrograde again? I don't know right now. But let's just say this, with it being in Aquarius and the Jupiter card coming up, expansion, innovation, seeing the bigger picture, and perhaps even being the water bearer of profound expansion that you've experienced. Maybe it's about collaborating with somebody else in the Aquarian energy. Aquarius is also an air sign as well. So, but it's known to be the water bear. So funny and ironically, you have the Uranus energy that is the ruling planet of Aquarius speaking in this earthy sign where there is change in the body, where there is significant expansion at this time for anybody who is open to expand your mind, expand to the bigger picture, and remembering your divinity. Super cool. Cool. Let's do it. I am. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks to my returning listeners. Thank you to the new subscribers. And if you're new today, I appreciate your time and your exchange of love here on my channel. My main purpose is to encourage. I share my love of astrology, oracle, and divination to elevate the consciousness of the collective. As I rise, we all rise, because when you do your inner work, you remember your divinity, you find your value within you, we all rise in that consciousness, and we're highly supported by the divine at this time for this expansion in consciousness with the Shaman spikes, with the galactic, with the photon belt. I am considerate of others. Keep that in mind, because there's a lot of differences. There's always going to be, but right now the friction and the agendas of fueling the split in consciousness of human beings don't fall for the program. If you've known, like I've always known, they fuel color war, gender war, and now they're fueling the jab war. If you do, you do. If you don't, you get shamed. Don't do it. Be considerate. We all have opinions. We all should be doing our own research by now. And we should all reclaim our sovereignty within our bodies. My body, my choice. Be considerate. All right, let's do another one. The Sabian symbols are phenomenal. They're always on point. On point. I just love them. Everything I seek can be found within. Seek your answers there. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your body with self-care, because we are becoming, if you're already awake, many of us are becoming high sensory. I mean, that last Shaman spike literally just about damn near wiped me out. I went into immediate prayer and immediate self-care to integrate breath work, more important than ever. Take a breath in of 6, hold your breath, release your breath with the same number, whatever feels rhythmic to your body, to your well-being, and you can literally reset the algorithm of your brain if it's overactive. Allow for expansion. Remember your divinity and your vitality and your true worth as a divine child of Creator at this time, in this now. And also be open. One of the most compassionate actions there are is to be a good listener. And that doesn't mean be a doormat on other people. So find your value within. That's what Taurus is all about. Your true value, your true worth, what brings you comfort, because the outside world apparently doesn't want to give you the comforts. So it's our part within us to do that. I send this to you guys with so much love. Plant your seeds with the new moon in Taurus. And I send this to you all with love and blessings. Shalom.